So every business owner wants to move to Dubai when they start doing well, but they don't exactly know the hidden costs of moving to Dubai. And trust me, it can bite you in the ass. I've made every single mistake in the fucking book. So let me give you a brief run through every single thing that you need to consider before moving to Dubai. How much you should have in savings, how much you should be making currently to be able to live whatever lifestyle you want to achieve. And I'll break it down. I'll go a basic entrepreneur setup plan. I'll go through a comfortable solo setup plan, and then we'll go towards the high end lifestyle. Now, a couple of different things that you need to consider when moving out to Dubai. I've got a list of everything here, and I've broke down the estimate things that I reckon it could cost you. Now, I've went from when I first moved here, one bedroom apartment in the marina was when I first initially got here, and I was sharing with a friend, and he was on the he was on the sofa bed. The things you do to save money when you first initially move here. Um, then I then further on went to downtown or just outside downtown, Al Jadaf, two-bedroom apartment, beautiful view, and then I went to a three-bedroom villa, and now I'm currently in a five-bedroom villa. So you will consistently go up and up, and of course I'm not going to give an example of mine because I mean you're just planning on moving to Dubai, so we'll take it step by step, right? So the estimated monthly budget now for living in Dubai is depending on, of course, where you want to stay. So the lower end one bedrooms where you can find the best, I suppose, affordable apartments is Business Bay, JVC, and the Marina are like the best places I've seen for you pay for what you get, if that makes sense. You get a good view, get good modern day style apartment. Of course, you can stay in the likes of Sharjah, which is just outside of Dubai. And then you can also stay in the likes of what's it called? Al Jadaf. You can stay out in Emar South. I'm out in Emar South right now. They do like one bedroom apartments. They're not the most modern. Um, but it's giving you a bit of an idea anyway. Like where's the best options for pay what you get, and the average rent there is about 6,500 dirham to about 10,000 dirham per month from what I've researched anyway, which is roughly, let's just say, 1,500 euros per month to 2,000 euros. Now, of course, you can get much cheaper than that on Airbnb if you want to stay a bit out from the city, but this you most certainly pay and you get for what you pay. Then, of course, if you wanted to go up to a bit more luxurious, you can get a one bedroom in DIFC downtown or like the Palm, for an example, and they will run you anywhere between 3,000 euros to about 5,000 euros per month, depending on the luxuriousness of the apartment, of course. Now, of course, you can go down the lines of a shared accommodation if you really wanted to uh, save some money, and what that would look like is a room in a villa. It's a good idea if you're planning on moving out with like three friends. Get yourself a villa in like Emar South or something like that. I think the three-bedroom villas I was paying around like 25, 30,000 euros per year, which is really fucking good. Really good for a three-bedroom. You split that three ways, you're working out for a good deal there. It's like less than €1,000 a month, between you guys, and you get a big house and sometimes garden and stuff like that as well. So, that's what I would recommend if you are planning on moving out here with a couple of friends. If you're not planning on moving out with a couple of friends, you can always try, post about it, link up with people. And try and make some connections. Maybe come here on a holiday first to be able to make some connections, and I guarantee you'll be able to um, mingle in with people very, very quickly and make some good friends out here that could be potentially looking for something that you're looking for as well when it comes to shared apartments. Now, down the lines of utilities and internet, depending on where you go, most of these are covered in the actual apartments or villas or whatever. Mine personally is not, because I'm a standalone resident in this house, so I've not really got anything to do with the original landlord and stuff like that. So the things that I have to consider are DEWA, which is basically your water and electricity, Dubai Electricity Water Authorities. Then you have the AC, which is basically like a chiller. Does not include, it's like AC. Internet, you either go with Dew or Etisalat, something like that. These are the two main broadbands that people use. Now, one thing that I want you guys to know is DEWA, the water and electricity company. You guys, as far as I know, the deposit for that just to create an account is 4,000 dirham. It's a safety deposit. Now, of course, that is refundable but it's refundable after a prolonged period of time of you moving out of that specific location if you decide to close your account. So basically, you can consider that a 4,000 dirham one-off bill, which is around €1,000, that you'll never see again, right? Because you're probably for the foreseeable going to stay in Dubai. So therefore, there's no need to ever close your Dua account. Now, I have noticed a lot of places like Airbnb, for an example, you don't have to have Dua, AC, internet, or anything like that set up, as the Airbnb already provides these things. And that's why I would truly recommend Airbnb. If you are traveling out here alone, you've got a bit of money, live in an Airbnb, because you're going to have to skip as much stress as you can. And trust me, setting up Dua, the chiller, the internet, it's not very good. For the internet, you need to have a valid Emirates ID. You also need to be above the age of 21, which I had an issue with. I was only 19 years old or 18 years old when I moved here, so I could not buy Wi-Fi with Dua. But my partner was over the age of 21, so we were able to get it through her name. If I wasn't, I wouldn't have had Wi-Fi. So just a bit of an idea. Now, transport, of course, you can have Ubers, taxis regularly. You'd probably spend €250 to €500 per month if, of course, you're going somewhere on a daily basis, back forth. You can be a whole lot more smarter with this, or be a bit more flexible, like a rental car. I have a personal company that I know that does rental cars for like €400, €350 per month for the car. And it's a good car too. It's like an MG, like the Chinese cars, but like got Apple CarPlay in them. It's a grand old whip, like, you know. And fuel, just letting you guys know, fuel is cheap. Fuel, like, I fill up a full tank of a Mustang GT500 Shelby 5-liter V8, €30 for a full tank. Okay. And of course, if you own a car, you have to consider things like insurance, fuel, payments, whether it be monthly payments if you have it on finance, etc. But I would really recommend renting a car. Now, next is food and groceries. Now, groceries are quite expensive out here, but I like to call it the Dubai tax, right? There's no tax out here. You're saving all this money. Put your hand in your pocket and buy some groceries, all right? Now, for one person, the groceries would estimately be around 1,000 dirham per month, which is around 250 to €300 per month, if you were capable of locking in and not eating out every single day. If you were actually to truly stick to a grocery plan, you could definitely do that for like €250 per month. Of course, if you wanted to eat out moderately, like that would probably increase your spending to around 1,500 to 2,000 dirham, which is around €400 to €500 per month. Now, if you wanted to go to the premium dining option, you'd be spending €750 plus per month just for the one person, which is yourself. Now, gym and lifestyle, it depends what gym you want to train in. I personally, when I first came here, I went to Banous, and any type of fitness guy here will probably want to go to Banous. I personally didn't re-sign there, but that's very, very expensive. It's like, I can't remember how much it is, but it's definitely in the thousands for the year membership. So you guys can get something that I would recommend, Privily. It's called Privily, Pivilee, I think it is. Privily, anyway. Basically what this is you pay a monthly charge every single month, €150, I think it is. But the good thing about this is you have access to pretty much every single gym in the entire of Dubai, every single beach club, anything you can think of, even discounts at restaurants, even free activities sometimes. I think the water park is free once with Privily. But guys, honestly, that's a little hack that I'll give you. Privily, the best thing ever. Okay. Now, phone plan, they're normally around 40 to €60 on a monthly basis, depending obviously how much data you buy and stuff like that. Now, anything extra from that, like the salons, the coffees a €5 coffee, but anyway, salons, haircuts, good quality, nails, anything you may think of are quite pricey here. So we're talking probably 30% extra than what it would be in like the likes of Ireland, UK, and stuff like that. Now, in my opinion, for a basic entrepreneur setup, which is like a shared accommodation, moderate lifestyle, bit of Uber, home office, basic co-working, gym, food, social life included as well, I think you guys could basically live here for anywhere between 2 to 3,000 euros quite comfortably. You'd be fine. Now, if you wanted to go for the more comfortable solo setup, meaning you have a one bed, you're not living with anyone else in JVC or Marina or something like that. Nice one. Like you get obviously a rented car, maybe. You'll have regular dinners out. You'll be training in a good gym. This is ideal for like solo coaches or creators or small business owners or something like that. I think for this you'd be able to live a very very nice lifestyle, 4 to 5,000 euros per month. And then the high end lifestyle is something that I'd recommend living at least once in your life. You can live in downtown Palm, DIFC. You can have an apartment, whether it be 1 or 2 bed. Pretty much 2 bed would be around in this budget. You can maybe be like have a Lamborghini lease or something like that, or you can have like a luxury car. Rent something nice. If you're working for a company, you can get leases on cars because you've got salary certificates. But if you aren't working for a company and you're a sole business owner, unfortunately you can't go for Lamborghini leases. Now, you're probably going to be eating out daily, luxury gym, events, maids to clean your house, all these type of things. And then obviously content creators, high ticket closers, or scaling businesses fast would be living here. Somebody that are a bit on the higher up, a bit on the advanced levels of things. This will probably cost you anywhere between 7 to 10,000 euros per month. Now, the reminders when moving into Dubai though is a couple of different things that you cannot forget is income tax is 0%. Okay, if you have a company that serves customers in the UAE, as far as I know, you pay VAT, 5% VAT or something like that, but you just charge that to your customers. But anyway, if you have an online business, 0% income tax. I think it's until you reach until you reach 3 million dirham profit turnover per year, something like that, which is like 750,000 euros per year. Then it's 0% tax. Now, of course, the business setup, I'm presuming most of you guys watching this will be like online coaches wanting to move from like UK, USA, Ireland to Dubai. Now, with that being said, you would need to have in your savings anywhere between 3 to 4,000 euros to be able to set up your license, and this would be dependent on the license type. We're talking visas, trade licenses, Emirates ideas, fingerprints, anything like that. This will be included all in this cost. Of course, there's no council tax either, so there's no hidden local taxes or anything along the lines of that. Now, one thing that you do need to consider is out here it's very easy to rack up fines, car fines, speeding fines, because there's speed cameras on every corner. And sometimes you speed genuinely on accident. Some roads here are ridiculous low speed, like 60 kilometers an hour. And you accidentally do slip over sometimes. Parking tickets, these type of things will rack up. The lifestyle, drinking coffee on a daily basis, all of these things can add up 100% because you're living in a place that's a bit more expensive to live in. So your day-to-day groceries and coffees and eating out, all this type of thing will unexpectedly hit you, and you need to make sure that you're managing your money good. Now that's all my notes. Now that being said, of course, there's no really hidden costs when it comes to coming to Dubai. Now, something that you also need to have into your budget is if you were doing a business setup, presuming you're not going to do the books for yourself, an accountant, you're going to need an accountant. All right, so that would be anywhere between 8,000 dirham to 10,000 dirham, maybe, so around 2,000 euro, maybe even 2,500 euros for the year, not per month, for the entire year. Now, generally that payment is taken up front, so you need to have some savings. All in all, I would recommend not moving out to Dubai unless you have at least 8,000 to 10,000 euros in your bank account saved. So about 35,000 dirham, something like that. Because there's going to be shit that hits you unexpectedly. And if you don't have preparation for this, and you're just blowing money and you come out here and all this shit hits you randomly, there's no backing out, right? You've no money for flights home and shit like that. So yeah, I'd really and truly make sure you're prepared. Take this video as an example. If you do have any more questions about Dubai, please drop it in the comments. I know the last one that I made about all the benefits of Dubai and stuff like that, people requested me to make another one about budgets, so here we are today. So if you want more content like this, and most importantly, if you want to move to Dubai, it's important that you have a high income, If you want a high income, I'm the best person that you can subscribe to as far as being an online coach, business owner, to be able to scale your business fast. So subscribe now. Drop a comment below which was the most helpful for you, and I shall see you all in the next one.